Okay. So first, I'll discuss the questions which were discussed the last lecture. Okay. I've given some homework, right? Given some homework for you. A few questions, few quadratic equations. I asked you to solve them using factorization method. Yes. So let's see one by one of them. So first one, x square minus 5x minus 14 is equal to 0. X square minus 5x minus 14 is equal to 0. Okay. So that is the quadratic equation, first one. Okay. Now observe this. So how to factorize it? 1 into minus 14. So how to express minus 14? To express into, you have to express minus 14 as product of two terms. Okay. Of which if you add those two, you should get the middle term. So should be minus 7 into 2. Yes. Minus 7 into 2 is minus 14. And minus 7 plus 2 is minus 5. So x square minus 7x plus 2x minus 14 is equal to 0. Okay. So x into, take x common, x minus 7 plus 2 into x minus 7 is equal to 0. Yes. Now take x minus 7 common, x plus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 7 or x is equal to minus 2. Okay. So that is the first question I have given you. Next one, x square plus 15x is equal to minus 50. X square plus 15x is equal to minus 50. Plus 15x is equal to minus 50. So what will you do now? So while solving a quadratic equation, okay, so all the terms should be on LHS. All the terms should be on LHS. So there should be only 0 on RHS. In RHS there should be only 0. Then only you can solve it. See, x square plus 15x, take minus 50 or bring minus 50 to LHS, you will get plus 50 is equal to 0. Now what is the term? 50, 1 into 50, 50, 10 into 5. 10 plus 5 is 15. So x square plus 10x plus 5x plus 50 is equal to 0. X of x plus 10 plus 5 of x plus 10 is equal to 0. So take x plus 10 common, you will get x plus 5 is equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 10 or x is equal to minus 5. Okay. Yes. Any doubt till here? Next, x power 4 is equal to 11x square minus 28. X power 4 is equal to, x power 4 is equal to 11x square minus 28. X power 4 is equal to 11x square minus 28. So what did I tell you? Bring all the terms to LHS. X power 4 minus 11x square plus 28 is equal to 0. Okay. So plus 11x square comes as minus 11x square and minus 28 comes as plus 28. That is the quadratic equation now. Now, as we have discussed in the previous lecture, this is not a quadratic equation in x. This is a quadratic equation in x square. So what I will do? Let x square is equal to t. Let x square is equal to t. So t square, this is x square whole square, right? Minus 11t plus 28 is equal to 0. So 28, 7 into 4, 7 plus 4 is equal to 11. Okay. So t square minus 7t minus 4t plus 28 is equal to 0. Or else, to avoid confusion, I will write it as minus 7 into minus 4. So minus 7 minus 4 is minus 11. So now you can express minus 11 as minus 7 minus 4. Now t of t minus 7 minus 4 of t minus 7 is equal to 0. So t minus 7 into t minus 4 is equal to 0. Yes. So now t is equal to 7 or t is equal to 4. Okay. Any doubt here? Next. I'll skip some of the questions which are very basic ones. Let's talk about sixth one. This is first, second. This is third. See sixth one. So these kind of questions we already discussed earlier. 12x square is equal to 25x. Can we cancel x on both sides? Can we cancel x on both sides? No. Okay. So in the second lecture itself, I told you cancellation is not allowed when variables are involved. When variables are involved in the product or division, cancellation is not allowed. So what should I do? 12x square minus 25x is equal to 0. So consider this as a quadratic equation. Consider this as a quadratic equation. Now, if you take x common, I'll get 12x minus 25 is equal to 0. Yes. Now, x is equal to 0 or 12x is equal to 25. So, x is equal to 0, that's already I got that. So, another answer would be x is equal to 25 by 12. Okay. I'll solve 8th question now. Okay, say this. 8th one. 4x by x plus 1. 4x by x plus 1 plus 5 by x is equal to 6x plus 5 by x square plus x. 6x plus 5 by x square plus x. Okay. So now in the LHS, what should we do? Take LCM. Okay. Is there anything else we can do? No. So take LCM. What will be LCM? X plus 1 into x is the LCM. Now cross multiplication. 4x into x plus 5 into x plus 1 is equal to 6x plus 5 by x square plus x. Okay. Now 4x square plus 5x plus 5 whole upon x plus 1 into x is equal to 6x plus 5 by, take x common, x plus 1. Okay. Now cancel. So we have seen these type of questions also, where before cancelling the denominator, before cancelling the variable terms in denominator, what should we do? To write the condition. Remember, you have to write the condition. So what is the condition? Denominator is not equal to 0. That is the condition we have to write. X into x plus 1 not equal to 0. So x is not equal to 0 and x is not equal to minus 1. So that is the condition you have to remember throughout the problem. Okay. So finally, after solving the question, after solving the quadratic equation here which is going to form now. So after solving the entire quadratic equation, if one of your answers is 0 or minus 1, then you have to eliminate that answer from the solution. Okay. Now, so 4x square plus 5x plus 5 is equal to 6x plus 5. Now see this. 4x square, 5x minus 6x minus x is equal to 0. Now, x into 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 or 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. Can x be equal to 0? No, not possible. What is the reason? Because In the condition, we got that, see, for this equation to be satisfied or for this equation to be defined, so primary condition would be x not equal to 0 and x not equal to minus 1. Okay. So other than those two, for every other x value, this equation can be defined, but not satisfied. It can be defined. Okay. Now, not possible because x cannot be equal to 0. That is the reason. Now, from here, I'll get x is equal to 1 by 4. Okay. Any doubt till here? So x is equal to 0 is not possible. So x is equal to 1 by 4. So number of solutions for that equation is, number of solutions for the equation would be one solution. Okay. Any doubt till here? Any doubts? No, right? No, sir. Okay. Is everyone able to see the video? Yes. Okay. Fine. Let's solve the next question then. X minus 2 whole square minus 36 is equal to 0. Ninth one. X minus 2 whole square minus 36 is equal to 0. Okay, x minus 2 whole square minus 36 is equal to 0. Okay, now how to solve this? First expand it. Okay, x square, a minus b whole square, right? A square plus b square minus 2ab. Yes, is that a formula? Now x square minus 4x. Now 2 square, 4 minus 36 minus 32 is equal to 0. Now product 1 into minus 32 minus 32. I have to get minus 4 on adding two terms. So which would be definitely minus 8 into 4. So now factorization, x square minus 8x plus 4x minus 32 is equal to 0. So take x common, x minus 8 plus 4 of x minus 8 is equal to 0. See, these are direct solving questions, right? There is no variable terms in the denominator here. Are there any variable terms in the denominator? No, which means no need to write the condition. Unlike the previous one, in this question, no need to write the condition. Okay, simple one. All the terms are present in the numerator itself. There is no common term to cancel. So it's a simple solving quadratic equation. So take x minus 8 common. X plus 4 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 8. X is equal to minus 4. Or see an example. X square is equal to 4. Okay. So whenever you come across these type of questions, again are you going to bring 4 to LHS, take apply a square minus b square formula, a minus b into a plus b, and again equate each term to 0? Are you really going to do all those steps again? No. Simply x is equal to plus or minus 2. That's it. X square is equal to 9. X is equal to plus or minus 3. X square is equal to 3. X is equal to plus or minus root 3. See, the number in the RHS need not be a perfect square. Still we can apply root, right? X is equal to plus or minus root 3. X square is equal to 5. X is equal to plus or minus root 5. X square is equal to minus 9. X square is equal to minus 9. Yes. X square is equal to minus 9. Are you still thinking about this? Is there anything to think? Perfect square is equal to negative value. Not possible. No solution. No. X minus 2 whole square is equal to, take minus 36 to RHS. It becomes plus 36. Now the question is x minus 2 is equal to 6 or x minus 2 is equal to minus 6. Is this correct? See, it's similar to the above question only. It's similar to this question. X square is equal to 9, x is equal to plus or minus 3. Whereas in this question, I don't have x square. Instead of that, I have x minus 2 whole square. Okay, x minus 2 whole square. Now, consider x minus 2 to be y. Consider x minus 2 to be y. So now the equation will turn to y square is equal to 36. Y square is equal to 36, which means y is equal to plus or minus 6. What is y again? Back substitution. X minus 2 is equal to 6, x minus 2 is equal to minus 6. So x is equal to 8 or x is equal to 2 minus 6 minus 4. X is equal to minus 4. Okay, na? Okay, so no need to do all these steps. X minus 2 whole square is equal to 36, x minus 2 is equal to 6 or minus 6. That's it. Now see this. X minus 2 whole square is equal to 5. What are you going to do? X minus 2 is equal to 5 or x minus 2 is equal to minus 5 plus or minus, root 5. X minus 2 is equal to plus root 5 or x minus 2 is equal to minus root 5, which means x is equal to 2 plus root 5 or 2 minus root 5. So 2 plus or minus root 5. 2 plus or minus root 5. Is that clear to everyone? Next. I think it should be the last question. So coefficients involving irrational terms. That is the question we have discussed yesterday in the previous lecture also. One of the models relating to this. So now the question is 36x square minus 24 root 2x minus 24 root 2x plus 8 is equal to 0. 36x square minus 24 root 2x plus 8 is equal to 0. Simple thing. 36 into 8. Okay, 36 into 8. I need root 2. I need what? Root 2. So now what I'll do? 36 into, I'll write 8 as 2 into root 2 into root 2, or you can say 4 into root 2 into root 2. Is that fine? 4 into root 2 into root 2. Now again, see this, 36. 9 into 4. Yes, 9 into 4 into 4 into root 2 into root 2. 25 root 2 కదా, I need 16 plus 9, 16 plus 9, 25, but I need 24, 18. అదే కదా క్వశ్చన్ ఇచ్చిందన్న. 36x square minus 24 root 2x plus 8 is equal to 0. Write 36 as 12 into 3. Write 36 as 12 into 3. Now see, 12 into root 2 into 4 into 3, 12 into root 2. So what is 12 root 2 plus 12 root 2? It is 24 root 2. So that is the factorization. 36x square minus 12 root 2x minus 12 root 2x plus 8 is equal to 0. Now, can I take 12 common? Yes. And what is 36? It is 12 into 3. So I cannot take root 2 common. So take 12x common. I'll get 3x here. I'll get root 2 here. Minus, again, what should I take common? 4. If I take 4 common, 3 root, sorry. Take 4 root 2 common. Take 4 root 2 common. What is 8? 8 is 4 into 2, right? So 4 into root 2 into root 2. Now from 8 I am taking 4 root 2 common. So from here also I am taking 4 root 2 common, obviously. So what will be left here? 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0. So take 3x minus root 2 common. I'll get 12x minus 4 root 2 is equal to 0. Oh my. Okay. X is equal to 4 root 2 by 12. So root 2 by 3. Root 2 by 3. So equal solution. So we missed something here. We missed a very basic point. Observe that. In the three coefficients of the equation, is there any number common? Is there any number common from all the three coefficients? Yes. What is that? 4. Take 4 common. 9x square minus 6 root 2x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now equation becomes very simple. 9x square minus 6 root 2x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now observe this very carefully. 9x square I can write as 3x whole square. Yes, 9x square is 3x whole square minus, or first coming to this, can I write 2 as root 2 whole square? Can I write 2 as root 2 whole square? Yes, I can write. Now 2 into root 2 into, what is 6? 2 into 3, right? 2 I have already written. So 3 is left out. Along with that, x is also there. So 2 into root 2 into 3x. A square minus 2ab plus b square. A minus b whole square. A square minus 2ab plus b square, which is a minus b whole square. So 3x is equal to root 2. x is equal to root 2 by 3. Okay, so that also you can write. That's a much simpler one. Okay, now some of the exponent properties. Exponent properties. See, a power m into b power m is equal to a into b whole power m. A into b whole power m. Is that understood? A power m into b power m is equal to a into b whole power m. And a power m by b power m is equal to a by b whole power m. Obviously, b should not be equal to 0. So, why am I discussing these conditions is here. Some very few might get a confusion in this. 3 into x whole square, a into b whole square, a square into b square. Okay, a square 3 square into b square x square. That's how we got 9x square. Okay, so a power m by b power m is equal to a by b whole power m. Okay, and see this, a plus b whole power m not equal to a power m plus b power m. A plus b whole power m is not equal to a power m plus b power m. Okay, never write that. There is a separate formula for that. You learn that in 12th standard. Okay, a plus b whole power m cannot be equal to a power m plus b power m. Any doubts still here? Any doubts still here? X square plus 9. Acha, initial previous question. Okay, no doubts. Okay, then I'll proceed with the next one. Next concept, inequalities and intervals. Inequalities and intervals. Inequalities. Inequalities, properties. So less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So these are the 4 types of inequalities we are going to use. So properties. Properties of inequalities. I'll write a few inequalities here. Tell me whether they're true or false. Okay. This is the given statement. It is applicable for each and every point I'm going to write here. A is greater than B. If A is greater than B, then A plus C is greater than B plus C. A minus C is greater than B plus C. A into C is greater than B into C. A by C is greater than B by C. So what I have done here? On both sides of the inequality, I added C on both sides. Here I have subtracted C on both sides. Here I have multiplied with C on both sides. Here I have divided with C on both sides. Okay. So out of these 4 statements, which are true and which are false? That is my question. This is common. So for this inequality, if I add a number on both sides or subtract or multiply or divide with a number, does the inequality change or not? That is the question basically. Okay. So initially it was greater than. So even after adding, subtracting or multiplying or dividing, inequality remains same. So out of these four statements, which are true and which are false? Which of them are true or which of them are false? No one's giving any answer. All are true. Brahman. All are true. Okay. I'll give you some examples. From that you will understand. Example. 3 is greater than 2. Okay. 3 is greater than 2. Now, 3 plus 1 greater than 2 plus 1. I'm adding, sorry, I'm adding 5 on both sides. I'm adding 5 on both sides. 3 plus 5, 2 plus 5. 8 greater than 7. True. Next. Minus 5, 2 minus 5. Subtracting with 5 on both sides. Now this is what? Minus 2 and this is minus 3. Which is greater? Minus 2 is greater. So true. Okay. So what was the inequality? Initially it was greater than. Later also after adding a particular number and subtracting a particular number also, inequality remained same. Now coming to product. 3 into 5, 2 into 5, 15, 10. Next example. For the product only. Okay, product property, explaining the product property itself. 3 into minus 5. And what is the other one? What is in the RHS? 2. So 2 into minus 5. So 3 into minus 5, 2 into minus 5. LHS, RHS. So what is this? Minus 15. What is this? Minus 10. Now observe what happened. 15 is what? Greater than 10. Is there any problem in that? No, 15 is obviously greater than 10. Coming to here, minus 15 is greater than 10 or less than minus 10? Is minus 15 greater than minus 10 or less than minus 10? So obviously minus 15 is less than minus 10. Next, another example. 3 by 1, 2 by 1. I am dividing with 1 on both sides. Or divide with 2 on both sides. Okay. Divide with 2 on both sides. So 3 by 2, 1. Which is greater? Obviously 3 by 2 is greater. 3 by 2 is greater than 1. True. Now what I'll do? 3 by minus 2, 2 by minus 2. It is minus 3 by 2, whereas this is minus 1. Now which one is greater? Which one is greater? Minus 3 by 2 or minus 1? So negative of smaller is greater, right? Negative of smaller is greater. It is minus 1.5 and this is minus 1. So obviously the inequality would be less than. So minus 3 by 2 is less than minus 1. Observe these two and these two. What happened basically? So when you added or subtracted a particular number, inequality did not change. Inequality did not change. If it is greater than, it remains greater than. If it is less than, it remains less than. That won't make any difference. But coming to product of a number on both sides, coming to multiplying with a number on both sides of the inequality, so there's a lot to consider. What is that? If you multiply with a positive number, what is 5? A positive number. If I multiply with a positive number on both sides, if I multiply with a positive number on both sides, inequality remains same. Inequality remains same. If I multiply with a negative number on both sides, inequality reverses. Inequality gets reversed. Okay. So same is initially it was greater than, now it is less than. So after multiplying a number, after multiplying a positive number, inequality remains same. Multiplying with a negative number, inequality gets reversed. Okay. Now coming to this, 3 by 2 greater than, dividing with 2 on both sides, 3 by 2, 2 by 2. 3 by 2 greater than 1. I am dividing with a positive number. So inequality remains same. If I divide with a positive number, inequality remains same. If I divide with a negative number, inequality gets reversed. Now see this. Is this always greater than? Irrespective of the value of C, is it always greater than? And irrespective of the value of C, is it always greater than? No. So the sign changes here. So here, irrespective of whether C is positive or negative, if you add a number on both sides or subtract a number on both sides of the inequality, it remains same. Whereas coming to this one, very important property, A into C greater than B into C if C is positive. A into C is greater than B into C when C is positive. What does this mean? And A into C is less than B into C when C is negative. See, initially the inequality was greater than. Okay. If you multiply with a positive number, inequality remains same. If you multiply with a negative number, inequality gets reversed, and vice versa. After multiplying with C, inequality changed. It means the number which you have multiplied with is a negative number. After multiplying with C, inequality remained same. Which means the number which you have multiplied is a positive number. Okay. Both the statements are true, vice versa statements. Now, fourth one, A by C greater than B by C when C is positive. A by C is greater than B by C when C is positive. A by C is less than B by C when C is negative. A by C is less than B by C when C is negative. Okay. Now, some more properties. If A by B less than C by D, then A less than BC by D. Conditions. I need the conditions here. If A by B greater than C by D, then A is less than BC by D. Conditions. Okay. When are these possible? When are these inequalities possible? Yes. So what have we done here? What do you guys usually say this? Cross multiplication. Cross multiply, cross multiply, cross multiply, cross multiply, cross multiply. Okay. So this is the cross multiplication. Cross multiplication. Cross multiplication and cross multiplication. See the directions. Cross multiplication. This, here, this, and here, this. So what all we have done there? Cross multiply. Cross multiply in the sense, see now. How did we get this? How did we get this inequality from this inequality? How did we get this inequality from this inequality? After multiplying with B on both sides, right? After multiplying with B on both sides. Multiply with B on both sides. B cancel. Here we'll get B into C by D. Now, observe this. After multiplying with B on both sides, inequality did not change. After multiplying with B on both sides, inequality did not change. What does that mean? If inequality remains same after multiplying with a number, that means the number is positive. So this is only possible when B is greater than 0. Coming to this, multiplying with B on both sides. After multiplying with B on both sides, inequality changed. Inequality got reversed, which means B is negative. Okay. A number, that number is a negative number. Now this one, what I've done here, I've divided with C on both sides. After dividing with a number, if the inequality remains same, that means the number is positive. So after dividing with C, inequality remains same here, which means C is positive. Any doubts till here? Any doubts? Okay, always remember that when you multiply with a positive number on both sides of the inequality remains same. But when you multiply with a negative number, inequality gets reversed. Same goes for division also. While adding or subtracting, it is never an issue. Okay, inequality always remains same. Next. So I'm guessing no doubts. No one has messaged, so I'll continue with the next inequality. If A is less than B, if A is less than B, then what is the inequality between minus A and minus B? If A is less than B, then what is the inequality between minus A and minus B? If A is less than B, then what is the inequality between minus A and minus B? Is it less than or greater than or equal to? There should be something, right? What is that? What is the inequality? So, first things first, how do we get minus A and minus B? All I have was A and B, right? Initially, all I have was A and B. Now, how will I get minus on both sides? After multiplying with minus 1. Okay. After multiplying with minus 1 on both sides, inequality changes. Reason enti? Since multiplied with minus 1 on both sides. Minus 1 is a negative number. That is a specific reason why inequality changes. So if A is less than B, then minus A is greater than minus B. Now, if A is greater than B, if A is greater than B, then A square greater than B square. When is that possible? And if A is greater than B, then A square is less than B square. When is that possible? Condition, I need the condition. So if A is greater than B, then A square is greater than B square. It is not always possible. Even this also, if A is greater than B, then A square is less than B square. Even this is also not always possible. Okay. So there should be specific signs of A and B, like sir, only when both are positive, this is possible, or sir, only when both are negative, this is possible, or sir, only when one of them is positive and the other one is negative, this is possible. Otherwise, it is not possible. Yes. Okay, solve these also until then. I'll leave this place for explanation for these two. Solve this. Hmm. Then x. If minus x is less than 1, then x. Then x is less than or something, less than something or greater than something. That I need. Okay. If minus x is less than 1, then x. What about x? Is it less than something or greater than something? Again, that goes same with the every question. Okay. Do those. We'll solve those. Yes, no one's telling any answers. Okay, observe this. First, observe these two inequalities. Okay, this one. 3 is greater than 2. 3 is greater than 2. Squaring on both sides. 3 square and 2 square. 3 square is what? 9. 2 square is what? 4. So 9 is greater than 4. Did the inequality change after squaring? No. 3 is greater than minus 2. 3 is greater than minus 2. Now square. 3 square minus 2 whole square. What is 3 square? 9. What is minus 2 whole square? 4. Again it is greater than. Okay. But observe this. Minus 3 is what? Less than minus 2. Or you can say minus 2 is greater than minus 3. Minus 2 is greater than minus 3. Square minus 2 whole square minus 3 whole square. Minus 2 whole square is 4. Minus 3 whole square is 9. What is the inequality between 4 and 9? 4 is less than 9. Alright? 4 is less than 9. So minus 2 is greater than minus 3. To square the inequality on both sides, you will get 4 less than 9. So what are the observations from here? When both are positive or either one of them is negative, only one of them is negative, then the inequality will not change after squaring on both sides. But when both the numbers are negative, when both the numbers are negative, then the inequality changes after squaring on both sides. Okay, na? Now, this is when A comma B both are positive or only one is negative. Only one of them is negative. And this is possible only when A and B both are negative. Okay. So when A and B both are negative, then after squaring inequality changes. When both are positive, after squaring inequality remains same. Okay. Na? Now coming to these inequalities, minus x is less than 1. Minus x is less than 1. So now how to get x from minus x? How to get x from minus x? You have to remove minus sign, right? To get x from minus x, you have to remove minus sign. How to remove minus sign? Multiplying with minus 1 on both sides. If you multiply with minus 1 on both sides, what happens to the inequality? It changes. So how do you get this? Multiplying with minus 1 on both sides, you will get that. Now again this one. How to get x from minus x? How to get x from minus x? Again multiplying with minus 1. So once you multiply with minus 1, x less than, inequality changes. Okay, less than. Minus 1 into minus 1. 1. So how do you get this? Multiplying with minus 1 on both sides. Coming to this, again, getting x from minus x, multiplying with minus 1 on both sides. Less than 0. Again, multiplying with minus 1 on both sides. Coming to this one particularly, how do you remove minus 2? This is minus 2 into x, right? This is minus 2 into x. So how do you remove minus 2 from the product? How do you remove minus 2 from the product? So to remove the number in the product, you have to divide with that number. So dividing with minus 2, dividing with a negative number, again changes the inequality. So it's greater than minus 4 by minus 2, 2. Okay. How do you get this? Divided by minus 2. Divided by minus 2. Another question. If x by minus 2 greater than 6. If x by minus 2 is greater than 6, then what about x? If x by minus 2 is greater than 6, then what about x? Yes, what about x? So how do you remove minus 2 from the denominator? Removing minus 2 from the denominator, how do you remove that? Yes, how do you remove that? Multiplying with minus 2. So multiplying with negative number changes the inequality. 6 into minus 2 minus 12. So this is what? Multiplying the number minus 2. Okay, any doubt till here? Everyone's very silent. No one's saying anything. No one's answering anything. What happened? Okay, I'll explain these inequalities again. Observe this. Okay, so this is a given inequality if A is greater than B. So after adding any number or subtracting any number on both sides of the inequality does not change the inequality. Okay, it doesn't make any difference to the inequality, but there is a difference in product and division of numbers. Okay, when you multiply with a positive number on both sides, inequality remains same, but when you multiply with a negative number on both sides, inequality gets changed, or you can say gets reversed. Okay, again, if you divide with a positive number on both sides, inequality remains same. If you divide with a negative number on both sides, inequality changes. Okay, inequality remains same when you multiply with when